Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an Object 261, it's a Tier 10 Soviet SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Malinovka and it's under the command of the BassmanFromHell. And he sent us a video of the Object 261 in action before, so let's see how he gets on in this one. Okay, they're off. And he raises his 18cm barrel, does 900 alpha, and it's got a burst radius of 10 meters and a penetration value of 45 millimeters, which is not that good, really, honestly, considering this is basically over 155 or 152 millimeter. Normally Soviets come either with a 203 millimeter B4 howitzer or the 152 millimeter BR2, but this one, well, the 18cm one is not that great at penetrating enemy tanks. But it does have a very good fire rate, comparable with the 155mm, around about 26 seconds. Okay, we've got a CS63 and he's making for the dip. Bassman fires around in. Oh, unlucky. Hit the edge of the dip. I think he got a bit of red line flutter at that last moment, just before he shot. And at that moment, the shell aim must have just moved to the lip of that dip. Very difficult to hit tanks that go into that dip, and that dip can be incredibly powerful when it comes to snapshot at the Heshbon. Didn't get any damage, but he did pick up some stun assist. It can be terribly difficult to hit tanks in that dip, and that dip can be powerful for actually getting spotting damage on enemy tanks that are going up the hill. Now the 430U's managed to get himself to the south side of the river, but he's blocked by a Heshbon. Bassman's firing at the rear of the Heshbon, stuns him and gets 84 hit points. You can see there's an E3 that's dead there, and he was actually killed by a T92 HMC round. So yes, this is a tier 10 game and we've got a T92 on our team. And the 430U is getting hit by our Arty. Oh, the CS63 got chased into the dip again by an STB-1. And over in the south, we've got an Object 277 by the barn. Bassman's dialed in, rounds out. Unfortunate, hits the building. It looks like he's going to that corner. And the 430U's moved up to try and get a shot. He does hit the Heshbon. Oh, but he gets nuked by the 13cm gun on that Object 277. Bassman's almost loaded again, and the Heshbon pulls back into cover, which, well, he should, because rounds at that corner tend to do a lot of damage if they do hit the target, and Heshbon's got very thin armor, 10 centimeters on the turret, which would make a penetrating shot quite easily. T110E5 recently been buffed up on top of the hill. Got a much better load time now, that tank, and he pulls forward just as Bassman fires behind him. Now that CS63 is being a real pain because a lot of our heavy tanks have gone up the hill, are getting spotted by him, and they're getting attacked. There he is. Bassman's gone back to him again, trying to get a solution. He's trying to climb up so he can get into those bushes, and also so he can take shots at some of the guys going up the hill. And it's virtually impossible with a flat trajectory, and that's what the Object 261 has got, very flat trajectory. It's very difficult to get a shot down into the dip. You really need an Arty such as the Gorilla, which can actually lob a shell up over the top of the hill and down into the target. But there's an STB-1, he's out in the open, he's just trying to work out where he's going to put the shell. Rounds out, direct hit! So the STB-1 was there when the shell arrived. And what's happened here? A Striv tried to cross the gap and got tracked side on and taken out by the Progetto. Or was it? No, it was a Death Star took him out. Final shot came from him. Lining up a shot on the 430U. He's loaded and rounds out. Direct hit. Good shot, but very little damage, I'm afraid. 258, but he's picking up more on stun assist, and now the CS63's been joined by a batch at 25. So the enemy does have possession of the top of the hill, and our guys are trying to get up there, but they're having a lot of difficulty because that 60 TP is blocking their shots, or blocking their route. Well, there goes the 100. And Bassman's about to get another shot at this 60 TP, who just got hit by the other Arty on our team. Oh, and that one flew over the engine deck and landed behind him. And we just lost our E3. The kill actually went to the STB-1, who's that a bit further back on the north bank of the lake. Okay, we've got a object. Made its way directly round the south side of the route. Round out. Direct hit right in the front. 297. He's stunned, he's pulling back. Bassman's burnt up half of his shells already. Can't see the dip. He's checking just to make sure. Going back to the object, who is a good target at the moment. He's loaded, he's dialed in. Moves the aim point over the target. Oh, he's tracked. Round out. Direct hit. 332. Somebody's going to be happy that they tracked that object. Oh, the 277's gone swimming. Oh dear. Tried to make it across the gap. Couldn't. And now he's out the game. Yes, I suppose it does happen to all tanks in the end. Everyone at least has to go swimming at least one moment in their life. Rounds out on the object. Direct hit. And we've got that Reticule Drift thing again. We turned out in the end that it wasn't any mod or anything like that. It's part of a standard wargaming, not algorithm, I would say, but it's part of the program. That actually, well, I suppose you could call it an algorithm. It automatically directs the reticule to go towards the nearest spotted enemy tank. That was a near miss, and it tracked the object 268 in place. Will the Death Star get the kill? I don't know. Oh, tree movement, and it's the 60 TP moving up to the church. It's a very good route. You go down over the side of the cliff, down into the dip, and then come up near the church, and you've got instant protection from the church. North side of the lake, the STB's beating a hasty circle to throw off any people shooting at him. I think he's the other side of that ridge line, actually. Meanwhile, we've still got that Batchat and CS63 sitting in the dip, giving away the position of our teammates. 5 kills on each side so far, but there's still plenty of time to go. Have to assume that 60 TP's made it behind the church. There's the CS63. He's popped up. Lining him up. Pops the other side of the ridge line. Oh, Bassman gets his ass. Spins him around. 263. 296, sorry, not 263. And the STB-1 has come down as well. Or moved up. You can always tell the good players who know how to evade Arty when they keep changing direction as they're trying to evade, as they're pulling back. CS63 came too far forward. Oh! Nuked! And Bassman's shot got in there first for 415, and then he picked up the rest of that as stun assist. The kill went to the Death Star. Okay, their Heshbon sitting on the corner in the south. Very low hit points now. Looks like he may have taken some damage from one of our teammates. There's the 62p. He's behind the church. And from this angle, he can't get a shot in. Bassman's going to have to move if he wants to do that. But he can do that if he goes further south. And I think that's what he's decided to do. If he goes down as far as the progetto, the angle might be right to actually shoot at the 60TP behind the church, going past the Death Star, who's nicely camouflaged in that bush. The Object 261, built from the IS-7 hull, is an Arty that never actually got built, I'm afraid. It's a fake tank, but it's a nice thought that they would have used IS-7s for this purpose. Of course, the Soviets have actually made some fairly original Artys since the war. During the war, they were just happy to make any Arty they could of any of the existing hulls that they had available. And obviously, you'd think that they would do that simply because it saves on not having to create an original piece of machinery, original hull. Now, I think the Batchat 25 ton moved around the corner from the dip. He was seen by the Object 430. There's the STB-1. He went up onto the rise there and he just killed our 430U. He's popped back down again, but I'm sure he's going to pop back up to try and take a shot at somebody else. The score is still even, but there's, well, 3.5 minutes to go now. Oh, no. Not going to get around that one. No, it's rather steep and very slippery. I think he meant to go along the top, but he just got it slightly wrong. But I think he'll take it from this position. And there's the Batchat. Okay, lining him up. Oh, before he can get the shot in, the Death Star gets the coup de grace. Progetto's moved all the way south, so he must have killed the FV4005. Can he get the shot into that 60TP? I think he's going to use these bushes here as the cover. It's quite a wise choice actually to get into the some form of cover before shooting. You don't want to get spotted and taken out of the game just because you parked out in the open. You'd be surprised at how many players actually do that. 2 minutes 20 seconds now. It's getting very, very close. And there's still 7 enemy tanks out there. There's the 2-minute warning. Not sure why he's not aiming. Just behind the church, that's 60 TP. That's it. Oh! STB spotted. And the Death Star gets another kill. Goes by the name of Gold Noob. Rounds out in the behind the church. And he hits him. 60 TP took that round. Unfortunately, we just lost our T92. In fact, we lost our mouse, I should say, not our T92. And the enemy T92 was the one who got the kill. Well, that's the last minute hooter. And now they're moving. The 60 TP and the E5. Bassman's just fired his shot, so he's now reloading. I'm not sure how many shots he's going to get before the end of the game. He's only got 2 rounds left and they're premium ammo. Slightly bigger burst radius. Lining up the shot in the E5. But instead he changes to the 60 TP at the last second and fires one in. only gets some splash, 130. He might get one more round before the end of the game. Be his last shell. Oh, the Object 261 on the enemy team ram kills our Death Star. And that 60 TP is going for the ram kill and kills our T92 HMC. And I think Bassman's about to fire. Will he get a shot? Rounds out. Oh, right in on the end of the game. Just as the clock ticks to 0, he hits the 60 TP, but it is a draw. But the enemy ends with 4 tanks, and we've ended with 3. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, second class tanker for the Bassman from Hell in the Object 261. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 12 in this one, and he got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And this is the first time the Bassman's had a second class tanker with the Object 261. And his win 8 from that game was 2,869, which is Unicum standard. So very good game. Let's have a look at team score. Well, you can see he's at the top of the table, not quite the top, second place on the team. But when it comes to damage, he is at top on the table on his team. But the highest on damage was actually a T92 HMC on the enemy team. 5,639 hit points of damage to him. And he picked up a Gore's medal, not a high caliber. And the next high scorer was the Bassman with 4,123 hit points. He also got a Gore's medal. And the third highest damage was the Death Star, who managed to get 4,074 hit points. When it came to kills, it was the Death Star who managed to get the highest with 4 kills. 3 kills to the T92 HMC on Bassman's team. And 2 kills went to the Death Star, the T92 on the enemy team, their Object 261 and their STB1. Bassman didn't get any kills whatsoever, I'm afraid. Not out of that game. And when it came to base XP, it was actually the CS63 who got the highest with 560, and he got that mostly because he did a huge amount of spotting from the dip. 3,474 hit points of spotting from that dip, as well as some damage on the enemy, so that's why he did so well. And the next high scorer was the STB1 with, actually it was the Death Star with 524, and then it's the STB1 with 510, and their GWE100 also with 510. And, well, where is the Bassman? Well, Bassman, 469, I'm afraid, on this occasion. Didn't do as well as the CS63 in terms of stun assist. Yes, unfortunately. Let's have a look at the detail report. 20 shots fired, all of his ammo expended, 9 direct hits, no penetrations, 19 splash. Damage of 4,123 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 0. And you'd think that that would actually get him a Confederate, but unfortunately he didn't qualify. 2,531 hit points of stun assist off 18 stuns, and it's not quite the spotting damage the CS63 did, so that's why he didn't pick up the highest base XP. On a premium counter, he got 66,110 credits, and he got 6,839 for Courageous Resistance. That's for getting an Epic Medal or Battle Hero Medal in a losing or drawn game. This was a drawn game. Total 72,948 credits, and after ammunition resupply, took away 7,248 credits profit. He got 5 bonds for getting the Gore's medal at tier 10, and 703 XP, 453 for Courageous Resistance, took away 1,156 experience points altogether. So you say, why didn't he qualify for the Confederate? Well, the other Arty who actually did rather well in this game did get a Confederate was the GWE100, and he hit 8 enemy tanks and 1 killed, which means that there's a 7 difference. And we can see that the Bassman also had a 7 difference, but when it came to base XP, the GWE earned more because he did more stun assists, I'm afraid, 2,204 stun assist. And so obviously he ended up with the Confederate, whilst the Bassman, I'm afraid, on this occasion just got the Gores. There you go. It happens. But I'm sure Bassman will send us in more replays. I know I've got some more lined up ready to do, so he'll obviously get better over time. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel please. And thanks for watching.